still tuned to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Struggling. The struggle goes on. Struggling. And a little bit I try to stand on my feet high. And a little bit I cry. It's just one line round there. And a little bit I try to stand on my feet high. And a little bit I cry. With just one line round there. Me just think of the life. If my wife and my wife beginning, I've got to get home. Yes. I feel hungry belly. There's more sellers than buyers. Yeah, please hear my prayer. Old ladies begging instead of schooling, not just pure.
And a little bit I try. It's not a little bit I try to bring good information to you each and every week. That's the man, Mr. Joseph Court. We're going to touch that tune closer to the end part of the program. So definitely just keep it locked. Share. Receive the link. Share your friends, families, co-workers, all of these things. Make sure that you definitely just share. The Respecta Queen, we're gonna have a guest that's gonna just stop by real quickly and enlighten us on a ball that is taking place this year. Saturday to be exact, and he's just going to come on and tell us a little bit about it. And it's all for a good cause. It's for the retired veterans of Jamaica. And a lot of them is going through some hard times, and it's a good thing. It's a good look, and we definitely here just supporting the move. All right, so it's the ex-soldiers association, and I'm trying to pull up their information. Jamaica's Ex-Soldiers Association, the Atlanta chapter here, and they're putting on a fantabulous ball. So we're going to touch their ad, inviting each and everyone to come on out and support. All right, it's their first ball and dinner, dance, and award ceremony. All righty, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. But welcome to each and all the listeners. Welcome each and everyone listening via the DA Powerhouse Radio. .com, listening to our telephone lines at 667-930-9036, listening via our website www.dapowerhouseradio.com, the TuneIn apps, Victorious Radio, all of the outlets that are streaming us. You want to say massive shout outs to you all. Queen, you want to say hi to the listeners?
Welcome. It's an honor to be here again. And again, remember, share. press the thumb up, that button, and share with your friends and your family. But I hope that whatever we bring to you, it will be enlightening and learning for you. So big up.
All right, the respecter.
Welcome once again. I know we are going through some rough times, seeing loved ones, friends, and neighbors going through some rough situations throughout this world. Every day it's a bad news somewhere. So all I'm asking y'all just stay strong and positive as possible. If you can help somebody, help somebody. Just continue to call on God. Thanks again for sharing, for coming, support us.
All right. Yes, definitely. Man, once again, hot reasoning topics. If you would like a reasoning topic that you would like us to discuss, send it to DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. That's DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. And in our hot topics, for our reasoning topics for this week, we have we have several things for this week in our hot topics here. First one, well, Queen gave me the rundown, okay, because I'm behind. The setup of the youth. Where are they? And where are the mentors? Battle for housekeeper, house speaker. I said housekeeper. Well, I guess the housekeepers will keep the house. You know what I'm saying? First black gay congresswoman and Trump's day 4 in the New York trial. So we're going to touch all of those topics right there. And if you would like to hear anything else that you want to discuss, you definitely just link us in close to the end part of the program where we'll open up our telephone lines so you can call in with any questions or anything such as. All righty. So, man, and a little bit of try, we try if it's stand on with feet, but so much things keep happening in this world. Man, where we gonna start off? We want what's going on with the question that was posed was where are the mentors?
Okay.
Setting up the youths, what's going on? Elaborate on
Yeah.
Queen and the respecter.
Set up. Set up the way I look at it, and Spectre and I, we reasoned on it, is that we're being set up, not just us, but the youth. And even though some of them is aware because they have media coverage, positive media coverage, they have people out there trying to steer them in the right direction, but yet still they're not paying attention to it. Now, there's a gentleman named Kino in Tivoli Garden, and he is trying to make a difference. You should see the things that he is doing there. And I would encourage folks to go online, look for him. His name is Kino. And um, he was introduced to the media by Chris, that white guy Chris that goes into all the bad neighborhoods all over Afghanistan. Well, him and Dimongo, they have been for the past 3 weeks, they have been featuring Jamaica, and they're comparing the good areas to the bad areas. So they've been doing Tivoli Garden, all them places out west, all them places they've been doing, going in, actually going into the garrets and talking with the people. I mean, I tell you, say some positive youth in there. They just need guidance and need help, you know? So they're publicizing this and showing this to the world that there are young youth that are trying and are willing to change, right? And they're featuring more music. So they're saying through the music, then maybe there can be changes. So now they're trying to put out positive tunes, so they feature a lot of the youth. Them and is positive music. Them are spit out, and it's very enlightening. Go and watch Chris are Dimongo or Kino, okay, on YouTube, and you'll get a little more idea of what's going on. But we're saying at the same time, where are the elders? Where are the older folks? You know, we don't hit on the churches a long time, and we know they don't care. So, but what happened to the elders? What happened to the mentors? Spectre, I did a mouthful.
You know what? You did awesome.
Don
They're
Minot
going.
says, greeting, good evening, everyone. And Don says, too many single mothers raising boys by themselves. No father figure playing a permanent role. Go ahead, the respecter. And if you wanted
And
to
that's what
touch
I'm
that.
saying. That's what
Mm.
I'm saying. Those the elders, those are supposed to be standing up and keeping a check in the community. They're too busy looking for the little girls to molest, to have sexual pleasure with. And that's why things are the way it is. The single mothers, there's no doubt about it. There are some who are trying hard to do the right things by their children or their child. But majority of them is so vanity minded that no matter what, they want to be trashed out. They want all attention on them and not paying attention to the children and making sure that the things that the children need, which is mostly education, they're getting it. They are too selfish. They really don't act like they are mothers because no matter how young a child is, they still going to the party at night, 3, 4 times a week. Even though there's no money, bills ain't paid, and no food, they're still leaving the children to go have fun. Nothing is stopping them from having their fun, getting their hair done, with or without money. So they have their mindset is not right. God bless the ones who got their head on their shoulder and seriously sincere about their family, their children, and trying to get them where they need to be in life. No feelings whatsoever in my heart for the fathers, the ones who helped to plant that seed and just moving from one female to the next, and on, and brag about it at the dining table, the football games, barbershop. And the thing about it, we are all saying, somebody needs to check those who are supposed to be called elders. Somebody needs to step up and be brave and say, you're either going to act right or you're going to lead the community. Because really and truly, what's really going on, they're messing with the little girls and they're allowing these little kids. Back in my days, our days, we couldn't touch a cigarette under 20 plus years old. No, any adult here smoking or even close to being around somebody who's smoking, you're going to get smacked. Now you have little 12, 13-year smokers that feel like it. Do the same thing that the grown-ups are doing. And nobody's checking them and says, stop, this is what you're supposed to be doing. It's very sad. So all we can do is just keep praying that somebody will step up. The preachers are a disappointment. And I'm not holding my words. They are a disappointment. Their only work is in the church. Outside of the church, they're worse or just as bad as the gangsters.
Well, for the people in the definitely our youths most definitely need leaders, and but leaders are afraid. As once again we come back to even Jamaica. A lot of persons are afraid to say anything to these youths because these some of these youths are reckless, you know, and they not taking any talk. A lot of these youth. So a lot of I feel adults whom would love to mentor some of the children are afraid. They're afraid of some of the children parents feeling like they're trying to step in or overstep in, the line. And so a lot of them just regress. They just fall back. But yeah, I totally agree with Don. I totally agree with all of you in regards to the single moms, you know, and the dads whom are not being an example to their children and being in their children's lives. I definitely agree with that. We need more fathers to stop coming up with excuses, and just step up and be a man. Just be the father that, whether you know or don't know, just try to be a good father. Because a lot of those individuals did not have any good examples themselves. you know and and for mothers, we can't tell them not to go out, but because people have wants to go out and enjoy themselves, whether they have money or not. Sometimes that is the release of stress. But we're talking, I know definitely, Spectre, you're talking about the lawless ones that just don't care, and before they buy a good plate, a good, make a good dinner, they take it to spend on nails and stuff like that. For for those, they need family members, I feel, within their lives that can direct them or take up that child. Because once again, I think we are, a lot of persons have strayed away from the community, saying that it takes a community to raise a child. So sometime when we see some of these parents are slacking, family members who know these parents, and they're not going to face as much of a repercussion than someone outside, needs to basically, I think, step up. There was an issue being spoken about, Chanel Murr, one of the artists, and where her mom came back and answered her back, where she was saying her aunt is who really raised her. And in some ways, some person was bashing her, and then some other persons were agreeing with her. And then when the mom came and answered back, you know, there was an issue. But to say that is to say this, that someone still stepped up in her life to show her a better way of going, and not following necessarily the same step as the mom. So it takes a community, it takes concerned, loving family members to step in and to do what we want, what we need them to do, because and I don't even know what to say about it, because you can't tell a woman to stay in a relationship. You can't especially if they're not being provided for, they're being abused, anything such as. So I mean, this is such a needed conversation on mentorship, from men to the boys, and from women
Mm.
to the girls, and wait, to make our children. Oh, Don says, we as parents need to make our children our priority. As long as the father is not abusing the mother physically or emotionally, mothers shouldn't be too quick to end the relationship, especially for material gains. Yeah, I agree with that. I In some ways, I agree with that. They
In a lot of
shouldn't.
ways.
Go ahead, the respecter, and then I'll touch that back.
In a lot of ways, agreeing with that. In a lot of ways, he's
Yeah,
right, 100%.
they shouldn't have to leave unless it's like you would say, like you're saying, you agree with that, physically or emotionally, shouldn't be quick to end. I don't think anyone is I don't think the majority is quick to end the relationship. But sometime, if you're in this relationship year after year after year after year, it's not fulfilling. You're in this just obviously no sense relationship, then you don't necessarily have to be together, but you need to partner in raising this child. You know, partner collectively. You all need to sit down and talk about the behaviors of the child, how to discipline the child, how to all of that thing. It does. I don't think that anyone should be in an unhappy, fulfilling relationship, not even for children. But I feel that mothers and fathers should be able to work together to make sure that this child is being raised in a conducive environment, may it be two separate homes or not, but the two separate homes can function as one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
True.
thing about that is in that relationship, the father is supposed to be according to the Bible, and these are experience from experience. I'm speaking. You have the fathers who are actually being who is supposed to be husband and father and playing their role, and along the way you have the wife, the mother, is saying it's not like the husband or the man is bragging about it. The Bible says you are the head of the household, and a lot of men are being challenged where that is concerned. And then when stuff hits the fan, it comes right back to him that he is neglecting his responsibility. And that is not true. You know, I'm going to speak for me. This happened to me that I'm not the head of the household. We all are. We all play a part. And that right was taken away from me to a point where I had to just step back and say, okay, if that's the way y'all feel, here's the bills. Split equally down the line. No matter what age you are, you agree with that situation. At the end of the month or the first of the month, make sure you have your share of everything that we're paying for in here. It took that for people to understand and draw back and start to look at things differently and look at me differently. And a lot of men are walking away because the woman put him in a position where not only she disrespecting him, but the kids now start disrespecting him because they see how mama treats the father. And it's been going on like this for a long time. And that's why you have so many single homes. And the man gets blamed for it. Not every man is going to take it.
You coming
Some are
back?
going to say, okay,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm done.
You're coming back to head of household and all of these. Yes, it is very important for a man to be in their child's life. And if you are in a relationship and a relationship is not a healthy relationship, you know, and it's not a healthy relationship, then that person doesn't necessarily need. I don't feel that you have to be in the same household to raise a respectful, conscious child. I don't feel that from you and that mother is on an understanding that that mother should batch you to that child and not to have respect with you to that child. Don says, especially when the mom is earning her own money, sometimes they lose respect for the father. I
True.
I don't
But
I
quality, go on
go
later.
ahead,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. I don't necessarily 100% agree because it's showing their mom also as being a strong person and their dad is also being a strong person. And sometimes the dad is in that house anyway and not contributing and not doing anything, so the woman is still paying the bills and counting her own money because she has to work and provide for the family. So I mean, like, that's a two-edged sword. I feel what Don is saying and what the respecter is saying. I think that's a two-edged sword. If we're focusing on the children, then I feel that we need to focus on having a positive attitude and a respectful attitude towards each other. And if we are not in love and don't feel that we ought to be home, why bring the child up in a charade? Why have him to be raised in a charade? Mom, I love your dad. Your dad is a wonderful man. You all do things sometime together. Form a conducive atmosphere for that child. That's the way I would say, more than this child walking around and seeing mom unhappy and dad is sitting downstairs and mom is always upstairs and not really learning what love is in that household. If it's about the child, then both of you supposed to collectively come together and come in an understanding about how to raise this child. I never talk bad about my children's dad. I never spoke in bad, and my children were not raised in a two-parent home, but they were raised with two parents. They were raised with two parents that loved them and that did all that they can to show them that they were loved and respected each other. My kid's dad can come to the house, even up to this day. I can go to his house because we have the understanding. And we want our children to understand that you don't have to be together to respect each other and to love
Mhm.
and to have
And
your children respect
that's
their
that's
parents.
the key.
Go ahead, Queen. Go
No,
ahead.
that's no. I was saying that's the key. Respect, respecting each other. And sometimes a man blame a woman for saying that you're not giving me time with my child, but quality time is very important to a child. I was telling somebody, my son, I think it was the other day, quality time with a child, they don't forget. I remember when my dad took me to the show there, a show we went to together. I remember when my mother took me there. Quality time, spend quality time with the child, both parents. It can't be one. It has to be both parents because girls needs mother and boys need father and boys need some maternal um 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 you know things from maternal things, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, basically the same thing Diane, you lady, and Spectre was saying.
Yeah,
It's togetherness, working together and working for the welfare of the child, because the child is the most important thing in this. So you have to come together and work for the betterment of that child, so you
and
know
and they are should be the number one thing. We're not we need to separate ourselves from this control and this facade
yeah.
that a lot of household wants to put up, and then when they children becomes adult, they say, okay, we're gonna be divorced, and then it's really like, what happened? It's like a whirlwind. But if we're thinking about the child, for the child itself. You want this child to know what true love is, what true respect is, and it's the respect starts with the two parents respecting each other, respecting each other. That you all have two separate paths, but one destiny. You respecting each other. That you know we may disagree, but we're going to talk about that on the side, away from the kids. Not make out, not him, not the mom arguing in the dad face. Take that to the side. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's ways to do this without you wanting to be the gatekeeper, and
Mhm.
a lot of persons is not even keeping the gate properly. The gate is still half open. So I mean, if we're talking about mentorship, and we're talking about mentorship of children, and also showing children love, and
Mhm.
true love and understanding, and to get to know themselves and understand themselves, that we don't need to live this fake life. Let's be real
Mhm.
and teach them the path and show them the path. Okay. I don't, I've never, and that's the God's honest truth. I never talked bad about my children's dad. I never, I did not do that. My mom used to say a child will grow big and find out everything for themselves. So you continue to be this good mom and encourage a good relationship with the father at all times. That's good.
Mhm.
Okay. When it gets nasty is when the mom and the dad is jealous of whatever is whatever is going on now in this
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
Are able to control the situation, so they feel that they are not in control of what's going on. Because I have my own money, it becomes to be an issue. Because I have my own money, that you start to not even focus on our love and on our children. And that's where relationships in a lot of times go Ray, is because you don't want me to work, because you want to control this household. So what I
Mhm.
do as a man in this place is what ought to be. And I'm
Mhm.
going to pay the majority of the bills, you pay two bill, but you don't have much of a talk. No, that's not the that's when a relationship and the detriment of a child happens. is when we take that attitude that I am not the man. You are always the man. You are always the man in your child's life. You and your child is going to form this unbreakable bond. It can be done. I've seen it done and I know it's done because it's done with my children and their dad. And I'm not just talking to be talking. They have great relationships with their dad.
You know, Lady D,
Yes.
there's I would bet anyone that survey would show that the average man have never rubbed income in the face of the woman. The average man would never let money be the issue or the reason why. But when that man sick or whatever, income is not coming in no more, all of a sudden the woman don't want to be the only provider. What the man have is coming in is not enough. And those things starts argument because most women they have the wrong person as a friend who they confide in and get advice from that make it seem as if the man ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, and now the man is living off of the woman. This is my personal belief. I don't think the average man is going to let money be the reason why separation and breaking up a family. That's mostly on the woman's side.
So where is the setup? You know, in terms of the youth, I can say the setup is they've seen so much things out there, and because they see so much things, glitters and big car and designer, they want it too, and because of that, that's what's setting them up there by seeing it and wanting it, right? Now, like I said before, I mentioned the individual Kino. We touch on the younger children, I think, but we can also think of the teenagers, the ones that are coming up, that have been through the elementary stage and they're now teenagers coming up and seeing things and what have you. Kino, like I said, he brings positive vibes, and if we could find people like that, I see a few bloggers trying to do it too. But this is Tivoli Garden, and you should see how he changed the building. He make it where even this man they call Color, he was showing you how he fix up the inside of a fowl coop and make it a house, a little room for him. I mean,
I did watch the episode with Tivoli
you,
Gardens. I watched the episode
yeah,
with Bankers. I watched the
good,
episode with all of them. So I know what you're saying. But
yes,
before you go over to
hmm
what they're doing and painting
hmm
stuff like that, I want to
yeah,
express the respect with average woman rubbing
mhm,
things in face of men. And if you're coming the average relation,
yeah,
how you put it. And when you're coming and you're speaking about the average relationship and woman having more than the man, it's not all women, and it's the same thing with men. You have men that does the same thing because they are the breadwinner. They rub things in women's face too. What you want this for? Why you want that? You have to come like a child, like your answer, like you can't ask for $10 without a question and an explanation as to why. So that comment, the respecter, goes both ways. It goes for women and it goes for men, and it's just not right. It's not something right
mhm,
to do. And it's
right,
everyone. You have the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifference in everything, every relationship on this face of the earth. So we just cannot say because a woman makes more, all the women that makes more rub things in their women face. And we cannot say all the men that makes more rub things in their women face. But yes, we do have enough on both sides that does the same thing, and they're childish and they're wrong to do that. And if you have to belittle your spouse or the one that you're with, then you don't need to be with
yeah,
them
you
because
need to see. Okay.
you do not
Mhm.
respect them nor love them. You just want to control them.
And that's what I said. Respect is the key. You have to respect each other, and work with each other, by giving the child quality time, you know, and
Yeah.
and and
And we're gonna let Respect to speak, but Queen, I watched the Chris List thing and all of that, and buying the
yeah,
food, ice cream, and yeah, I did watch it. So yeah,
yeah.
okay,
No,
go.
I'm just saying how they can change.
Yeah,
How, even as teenagers, because quite a bit of them, the guy Kino and there's a few other organizations I heard about, and they're doing changes. They're making changes there in terms of the youth, the young adults,
all right.
and most of it is through music and arts, but still, it's something positive. You hear so much negative coming out, so it was good, a breath of fresh air to hear something positive coming out of there.
All right. Oh, that's no problem. That's no problem. The Respect to what were you going to say?
Just add to it that I remember a few years ago when this county, DeKalb County, was trying to introduce mandatory uniform for the high schoolers and
Uh-huh.
the middle schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
I was in line, get ready to register my child, and I heard the parents talking about, I ain't signing that. What am I when my kid gonna get time to wear the designer this and designer that? And I draw back and I said to myself, that is one of the problems. That is not so much the children who wanting these designer outfits and shoes and Jordans and all that. It's the parents. Most parents force it onto their child, their children. And it's going on. It's too late now to try and change all that. So I
What?
do believe that the mentor that we are talking about, the
Mm-hmm.
elders, can work with these young teenagers. Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of teenagers are more intelligent than even most grown-ups. They have a better mindset than most grown-ups right now. So it can be done. It's not too late. But as a mentor, you don't really, if you don't have the right approach to approach a teenager, the teenager is not going to receive you. You have to have the right mindset and the right approach. And you got to have something to say, man, you had breakfast, you had lunch, whatever, buy them breakfast, buy them lunch, do something that will give them that open up and want to listen to you, hear what you have to say. You can't just approach them with nothing, no substance of, you know, they're not going to receive you.
I also think that there's a lot of coming together need to be done by our males and also our females. There are organizations such as the 1000 Black Men, and there's um the, oh gosh, the other organization there that mentors Black men. We need a lot more mentorship programs in these, especially in the inner city areas. So what these guys on the Chrysalis thing is is doing is a wonderful thing to be mentor, but we need more of that in our inner city communities. And you know and the women, we they also have 100, 1000 Black women. We need some more women to mentor these young ladies on how to carry themselves, certain etiquettes of life, teaching them, how to sit properly without, when especially when they have on skirt and don't open, I mean, there's a lot of things that us women too can form groups, organizations to mentor these children, but it also takes money and a lot of time.
You don't hear from the NAACP. You don't really hear from them much anymore. Because they used to do a lot of that stuff, um, but you don't hear them no more.
So
What? Yeah.
I think that's what is lacking in our melanated skin community is a lot more mentorship and people getting involved and wanting to be involved and going about once again, have the right, correct mindset to get involved in these communities, and understand that a lot of persons are afraid of their lives, and going into these communities and working. So, I mean, in time, time,
Mm,
time may change a lot of things. So we just have to continue praying for our youths,
yeah,
and the ones that are in our reach. Since we're talking about it, we can be the first staples. We can
yeah.
be the one to start implementing these things and see
Mm,
if it become infectious, where other persons around us would want to do that. Maybe one of us, maybe each one of us can find a young, go to the school and ask of a child that they feel that really, really need help and mentorship. Years ago they used to have the UNICEF program where you would sponsor a child in Africa.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
I used to sponsor like 10 children, and I did it for almost some 15 years. And it came out about UNICEF that I think it was UNICEF, or I forget the organization.
Children of Africa. I did Children of Africa. Yeah.
But that's kind of the approach that we
Hmm.
here in America and all around the world needs to take up an approach like that, to go to a community leader and ask them, what is a family, show us a family whom is really, really in need. Years ago I even used to do it in Jamaica, where I used to get 10 families, and I would give them a full Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, you know and box it, and they come and pick it up, where they can cook a wonderful 8-person meal. Even if it's one person, 3 persons, whatever is in the household, the box was boxed. So little things like that we can do as mentors in the community, and bridge a relationship with persons in the community, and that may open their mind to be more receptive to the mentorship from for their children, and so on. So it's just a suggestion. I don't know. It's one day at a time, you know?
Well, we can suggest things, and hopefully somebody will hear it and grasp it, that is capable and have the finances to back these venture.
Yeah.
We don't put it out there, you won't know. And that's what I had a young man in the lift this afternoon, and he said he's Jamaican, and he said he was born there and he came here, and he wants to be a mathematician, but he is trying to figure out the steps that he needs to go through in order to become a mathematician. So he said it's like God sent. I was able to instruct him in certain direction, and like we said, if you don't share it, you won't know it. And some people really, really don't know. So that's why even this platform is good, because we're sharing some of the knowledge that we get, through the week. And that's a good thing, and that's what we have to keep doing with these youth. Just keep spreading positive vibes to them, and hopefully things will change.
The respect to you go after I read these comments here. Donna Moody says both parents plays roles in their children's lives, and they don't have to be together to play their role. She also said, but so many groups that are formed turn out to be facade created to use children for prostitution. And then she also says a lot of these mentor groups are created by pimps. And that's why I was saying, years ago I used to always sponsor children from
Mm.
Africa, which I supposedly got letters and so on. And out of all the children that I had sponsored, I had spoken to 2 of the children that I used to sponsor. I've never spoken to anyone else on the phone, and if it was them, I don't know. But if it's one of these huge organizations, maybe you have to do your complete research, which I didn't at the time. Did my research. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be a big organization. It could be yourself, your sister, your brother, just maybe form a mentorship between your siblings and go out into the community and help whom you know in your community that may need help. It's just a suggestion. It's not something that we have to do, and see if we can make a difference in our communities. And I applaud the young men that are doing it in Rima, in Tivoli Gardens, in all the
Yeah.
areas that he has been covering.
Yes, yes. Ten
I
different areas. Yeah.
applaud them for working with the youths and trying to make a
Yeah.
difference and a change.
Definitely.
So let's the respecter, you have anything left to say on that, or we can move on to our
I'm
next.
motivated.
Huh?
I said I'm motivated.
That's good.
It's on.
Yeah, it's good to have hope. Them things give you hope,
Go ahead,
Good.
respect.
Start in my community.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah, I am.
yes.
mm,
And that's a good thing.
yeah.
And you know what? I think I may even start, even if it's just 5 or 10 families, maybe 5 families. I can start out doing that as well back once again this year because I haven't done it since the COVID. But it may be something for me to start again in Jamaica in the community where my parents are from,
Yeah.
and yeah,
That's
not
a good thing. I'm down. I could partner with you. I wouldn't mind partnering with
we
you.
can even do, and so we can talk about it. So it is something
Mhm.
to be done. All right. Battle for House Speaker. You want to go to Battle for House Speaker or the first 5K gay Congresswoman or Trump 4 day New York, fourth day at on the where are we going? And
That's
go there, before we even go there, as I said, the Jamaica Ex Soldiers Association, they are doing annual their first annual dance and award ceremony, and the proceeds and all goes to helping the ex soldiers in Jamaica that have falling on hard times. So this is the Jamaica Ex Soldiers Association, the Atlanta chapter. It's their first annual fundraising, dinner, dance, and award ceremony. It's taking place this Saturday at 7 p.m. and it's organized by the Jamaica Ex Soldiers Association Atlanta Chapter Inc. They're going to be having Will Hart as the MC, Anthony Steele as the guest performer, Dr. Chris Parker as your keynote speaker, lots of dancing and having fun. All right. For more details, you can link them up at where is the number? JES Atlanta chapter at gmail.com to purchase tickets as well as JESAATLDOT at gmail.com, and you could cash app or Zelle them. Tickets are going for 135 general admission. We miss all the pre-sols and all of those things. And 11.50 for a table of 10. And once again, it's to benefit the ex-soldiers of Jamaica, which I know of a lot that are falling under hard times. I even know of one that his home just burnt down, and he's bouncing from here to there to everywhere. Donna says yes, because they're skilled in creating funds to spend your donation on themselves. Your sponsorship funds goes into their pocket. Yeah, those are those organizations. That's some of them. Yeah. So yeah, we on that. But okay, as we move on, you're right with that, Donna. But as we move on, we have here our next topic. What did you all say that we were going to touch, Queen, the respecter? What we were going to touch first um, is we have here
Too much. Let's do battles for the House Speaker because Trump. There's too much with Trump.
all right. So, Battle of the House Speaker now. We get to understand that they have booted the
McCarthy.
they have booted McCarthy totally out. through the door. And
Mhm.
take it away, Queen. What's going on with that?
Yeah, and right now they have really and truly in the Constitution they have right now they have 42 days to really fill that position, right? But we have 14 days for the shutdown. So, I mean, we really need someone in there, House Speaker. There's two of them fighting for the position. Jordan is fighting for the position, and Celice is fighting for the position. And both of them throwing out different relatives about each other. So who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows who's gonna be? I mean, I don't see where either one of them is better than the other, but that's my opinion.
I
So let's see what's gonna happen. We don't have much time because that lockdown. We say it might not happen, but it could happen. So.
Well, and it definitely could happen. It's happened several times before.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Something that could happen. It's not something that's wanted, and it comes back to once again us as citizens of this country here to make our voices be heard to these senators and these house representatives. To let them understand that you are in there for us. Cut out
Mhm.
the crap and do your job. The
That's it.
McCarthy thing, I don't know. Haven't really followed it too much.
But
It,
the thing is,
to
the
follow.
thing is, lady, is that if they strike, then they're gonna get paid. It's just the workers are not gonna get paid. The governmental workers
Well,
not gonna get paid.
once again, it comes back down to the people of America to let their voices be heard. Even with the McCarthy situation, I haven't really followed up, but I'm gonna try this week. So next week I could come back with something to you all, as if I know something. Is it is going around that one of the reason why he was ousted is because he wanted to pay the troops, and he was trying to keep America open. I don't know um how much truth that is. And that is one of the reasons they all came up against him and Oyster.
Yeah, they were saying that he lies. It's like he wasn't telling the truth to certain things. So it's a lot of stuff that they had against
I
him
mean, but he's a
because even
politician.
his own people threw him under the bus.
I mean, but he's a politician. That's what they do.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, the respect. I hear you in the background.
Yeah, no, no. But it's kind of sad that you have a bumblebee going up against a roach.
clarify,
None of,
clarify.
none of them, the bumblebee is Jim Jordan. You have no respect for nobody of color. You should watch him operate. He turned his back on whoever is speaking black that he don't want to listen to. He just run his mouth nonstop, and nobody can get through to him. He think he's God. So he's the bumblebee, and the roach is
The other one, silly.
Does
none
the
of them is qualified. And
That's
really,
why I said none is better than the other. I mean,
no matter who they put in a position, it's not going to benefit poor and needy or
mm,
veteran. It's not going to benefit us.
mm, mm,
well, we put that.
uh,
So the only thing I guess on that note we can really encourage our listeners to do is to research these people, and we need to get together here and stay
voices heard. Yes, ma'am.
here. I mean, and collectively in the United States of America, all of these states, and I don't know. I don't even know if we can collectively come together because everybody have so much. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know what? Honestly, listeners, honestly, think about this. Sometimes when you sit back and you hear what some of the ooh, sometimes when you sometimes when we sit back and we hear some of the things that some of the Republicans say, you have to start saying to yourself, "What them, I'm mad, them people are mad." And then some of the times you even hear what these Democrats says. And you say, no, I'm mad, them are mad. I mean,
Both sides.
both all of the I mean all of them is just crazy
The
when you
only difference is, lady, the Republicans stick together no matter what.
yes.
The Democrats quicker to throw each other under the bus.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Man, I'm telling you, Queen, you know your phone went down. So I know you know what to do with that. So I mean, we gotta wait. Queen, yeah, her phone went down. So yeah. So with that, I guess we can move on for that because I really didn't research much about this thing with this house thing with it's
Well,
going to the pocket. So I
the
thought
HOA
sorry.
with the HOA.
I still have not. I honestly I did send him another email and I'm still awaiting for him to get back with me as to if he's going to come on the program. I really don't know another I'm not close with another person. And I'm only close with this gentleman because he is the HOA president here. In so I don't know if he'll come. We're not like close like that. I mean, just as me being a homeowner in the community, we go to meetings and such as. But yeah, nothing has
Lady,
changed with that with the HOA. It's on this. It's still on our chopping block. So we're just not ready to chop it as yet.
let's think about this, lady.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. The man took a clerk image and put on the internet with a bunch of situation that could cost her life. And this man is still walking the streets. You know how many people of color in jail because of stuff like that?
Say that again.
Clerk in the court.
Uh-huh.
He took her picture, her image, put on the internet with a bunch of codes to his followers, and he's still walking the streets. The average man do something like that, you're going to jail. They're coming for you. All the things that he have done verbally, all the threats and so on and so forth, and he's still allowed to go about through life. And there are a lot of people who are arrested. I know a young man who got arrested, door kicked off in his home because his 16-year-old called police on him, said that he made terroristic threat towards them. And they came and got him for saying words, apparently. And look all that Mr. Trump been saying and doing. And it's like FBI, federal government, the judges, all they're doing is playing these games. And they keep doing it. And no jail time, no arrest, none. What is the next man to do who think freedom of speech? And I got in trouble for that last year, got in trouble for this last week. And this man is doing worse than I did and said, and nothing is happening. The Attorney General, all of them have the power to say, okay, you break the law. According to these are terroristic threats. You're putting someone's life in danger. You're affecting someone's job. It makes no sense.
You really want me to answer that?
I don't want you to answer because I know you know the answer now. Like he's a white man.
I'm not even. Yes, he's a white man, but it's also money talk, BS walk. You know, he pays lawyers to get him out of deep shibutsis. He's not the only one in this world that has those privileges. You have a lot of diplomats. You have a lot of drug big cartel drug dealers that, hey, I mean, a lot of them get to do a lot of things. Money talk, BS walk. So I mean, he has the
Listen, lady.
money. He has the money
Let me
to
say
go
this
in
way.
there.
Let me say
You
this.
Well, my boy said he didn't do anything. He said, "What did I do? I didn't do anything."
Look, look at
You know what? More witness came out again against him. It was just announced that more witness came out against him. So let's see what's gonna happen.
this happened to me. I went to traffic court 1 year, right? I did not like the verdict that the judge cast down, the amount I had to pay. Okay? I'm leaving the courtroom. I said something under my breath, which was really dumbass. And she didn't heard me, but she said, like most judges do, what did he say? And the bailiff is always going to say, I think he said the F bomb. And guess what happened to you? You get jacked up and moved to the back. And if you don't have whatever extra money she say you got to pay, it's 10 days in jail. So when I see these things going on with these politicians who are getting off and get to do whatever and say whatever and get away with it, it hurts me to know that there's a lot of stories in the news where people who didn't say what the bailiff said, he or she said, and the judge ordered right there then. So why can't they do the same thing for Trump? The judge have the power to say, no, you break the law. You're disrespecting me in my face, which is what's going on. You're breaking the law. You're going to jail. All that he's doing, no normal man can go to a courtroom and do that to a judge or a clerk.
because he know he has his money, and he know he has his lawyer, and he know he could bail out himself and go on about his business, and whatever you want to throw at him, is with it.
Yeah,
He's
and he's no fool.
he doesn't he I mean, like, if you he has no justification for anything that he does. He just do it. Uh, that's the luxury of having money talk and BS walk. Is hey, I make plans before I even get arrested to go in there, get arrested, take a mug shot, take my prints, and give y'all your money and walk back out. A lot of us don't have that luxury, and I think that I really don't know if one day his day will come, but we just have to watch and trust the process,
But
because
then you hear that a lot of it is a facade, right?
well, that's what I'm saying. We just have to watch.
They,
You have
they're saying a lot of the wealth that he's professing is a facade.
Yeah, his wealth,
He
but
doesn't have that wealth, as they're saying.
wealth for a lot of people is cash on hand. He has assets, and assets
Hotels and
having assets is a big thing more than cash on hand. Donna
uh,
says, good thing I just looked up. Donna says some of the judges and clerks are thieves. Yes, yes. Have I mean, you have the corrupt in everything, and every you just
you're
have it in everything. You just have to, you know, go in there and try to outslick the slickers.
you you remember that piece you did, lady, when you was talking about all of them, how much of them have different crime in a Congress. That was a session we did, right? We know all
half of
about
half of them is dark criminals. Half of them are criminals. Half of them is criminals. But what we gonna do? I mean, the people is in there. because they didn't just put themselves; they were nominated. So
uh,
it tells you what is out there. What the majority of the people them are corrupt
uh,
because they're putting these same corrupt people in there year after year after
uh.
year, right? So battle of the House Speaker, we'll see who wins, the cockroaches or the bees.
I like how Spectre put it.
Spectre, the cockroaches or the bees. So we'll see who wins, right?
Good thing.
Well, first black gay congresswoman. I ain't touching it. Y'all,
I ain't touching it either.
I ain't touching it. Well,
you,
whippy for her being black.
you,
But then,
you all are the one that do this one. Was it so? Was this sent in to us? On our opinion on it. It was what are we going to say? What are we going to say? What are we truly going to say? I mean, like, congratulations on your post. That, you know, and
well, they're saying she's taking over.
oh, what more?
What's her name's position? Place. I think she had died, Gendrick or whatever her name is. She had died, so she's taking that position.
Don,
Yeah.
Donna says, "Did you hear about the clerk that pocketed hundreds of thousands of dollars out of Brooklyn Supreme Court?"
Mhm,
Eh, I
mhm,
don't even know why half of the people do half of the crime. Honestly, I don't know why half of the people do half of the crime because every time when you spin around, they get caught. So I don't.
mhm,
I mean, crime does not pay, and I don't see. Listen, these people kill somebody, nobody's around, pitch black, no witness, and out of the bloom, da 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 da, 3 months, 4 or 5 months later, we've caught the suspect. People, crime does not pay. It doesn't pay. Just it doesn't pay. Don't even bother with the crime because it does not pay. But first black gay congresswoman in the house. Uh,
mhm, mhm.
congratulations to you. I guess. And um, this is we. I mean, this is what is going on in the world now. Let's just be straight about it. This is what's going on in the world now. This is what a lot of individuals are into, and they're there anyway. A lot of them is there anyway. They are in all of these high places that we seem to not know that they are, but they are. I mean, at least this one is out in your face and say, "Hey, this is me." They're once again, they're not keeping up this facade and acting like that's not that's not their preference. So what are that? That's whom they put in there, and once again, that should speak volumes. There's 24 election. She was placed in there, I guess, by one of the mayors or one of the other senators to that effect, based off of the death of that lady. And then 2024, there's supposed to be another election, and she has to be elected in. So we'll go on and wait to the election and see um, if the majority elects her, and if the majority elects her, then that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's she's out of the California constituency, and you know, we'll see. Is you. What we're gonna do. What a lot of persons want to do. Go get your own island and just live on it. Then I
You know,
mean,
God,
go ahead, the respecter.
God is such a great creator. You know why?
Hmm.
He did what he did, and he put things in place, and he gave us everything basically we need. And then came choice, and somewhere along the line of the rebellion, you know, somebody didn't want to stick to the purpose. Somebody want to do something different. And Those who are low on self-esteem,
We getting the
they
echo
quickly change.
feedback.
They quickly change and do the opposite of what God wants us to do. So if you think about it, something's supposed to go into something. Something's supposed to come out of something. Another rebellion. Somebody want to try another way, and it became history.
Well, I guess a lot of history is in the making, and for me, it's to each his own. If what they do is what they do. I just don't like when things are forced upon me. So, you know, if she's qualified and they feel that that's what she needs to, that's the position that she deserves, then who am I to say based off of whom she has in her bed qualifies her for the position? My only thing is I'm hoping, when anyone gets into office, they are of the business of the people and not under their own agenda with with their preference and imposing it on others um whom does not appreciate that lifestyle. So
Uh,
that's
and then the media is a beast, you know. Look how they publicize it. um,
of,
um,
of course they're going
gay, black, gay.
to publicize it because once again it's a black person. You
Yeah.
obviously if they're characterized as first black, then I guess no one decided to say about the first white. So I mean, it's once again a hit to the melanated skin people, and the media is definitely the media. But
Mhm.
it is what it is, and once again, if people want change, it's up to people to go out there and to vote, stand on those lines, and vote and make a change. Y'all, if whomever, if the majority is not with having her to sit in that Senate seat, election coming 2024, make your voice be heard. And it's just as simple as that. With any of them, you know, that's trying to sit
Mhm.
in a seat that we as citizens of the United States of America control. Yeah. So last but not least, Mr. Trump. That's definitely not. That's definitely not that.
That's lady friend, lady man friend.
Trump, Trump says not my category. Why is he my friend? Why is he my friend?
Trump moved to dismiss indictment. Okay, he said, "I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything wrong."
All he did was sign off. He didn't prepare those papers. He don't know what they wrote in those papers. He just signed off. Are you going to charge me? Are you going to charge me for my incompetence? No, I do not know. What do you want? It's just like Shaggy. Shaggy said it wasn't me. Uh, caught. He said he got caught banging on the counter. It wasn't him. So why do you all expect for Trump to stand up in any courthouse and say it was me? Eh?
You know what? As bad as it was, I kind of wonder what it would be like if countries throughout this world start to do that.
It
March
was
directly on the government.
Charge the all of them, right? Yeah, and go through trial. Yeah.
Because government have no fear of the people.
they do.
No, they don't. If they did, they would, they would act different.
They don't have fear of these people whom are not whom are speaking up. But if they see if they see a gang of persons come peacefully and start talking, oh yes, they'll start to fear, but there's no one that is everyone. Some persons are talking, but nothing is coming out of their mouth. They feared, they feared Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? They feared um Malcolm X.
I
They feared them because not only what they were saying, they made it, they did it. So we
they
have a
feared
bunch of,
Malcolm X.
huh?
They feared Malcolm X.
They feared
They,
Martin
they,
Luther
they
King too. That's why they assassinated him.
no, they love Martin Luther King because he came with nonviolence. But Malcolm X was
The-
about to like
They
take it to him.
feared Martin Luther King because he came with
Yeah,
nonviolence and
and he was bringing the
and
people together.
he made statements. He
Mm,
made a statement nonviolently. Silent river run deep, you know. And and
Yeah.
mm,
and that's the person that you need to fear, the one who is silent,
mm,
because you don't know what they're coming with next.
Let me be honest. According to what they got on paper in the books,
Uh-huh.
life would have been different had Moses been a different man. Had Moses had if he
mm.
had the
And
mind,
even Adam, Eva, and even Adam,
Wait,
eh?
wait,
yeah,
Queen, I want to
if
hear
he
this.
had the mindset of Malcolm X
I want to hear
and
this.
Marcus Garvey
Uh-huh.
when he confronted Pharaoh,
Hmm.
it would have been a different world. It wouldn't be where the government ruled the world. The people would be ruling the world. But they do it in such a way where they made it seem as if that's what happened, where he had to sneak the people of town and left Pharaoh and the government and the soldiers. It would have been a different ballgame if he took the head of Pharaoh and the people join in and defeat the army and the government. People will be ruling the world right now, not government.
You
Peace,
have a
who's peace benefiting? The coward. That's the
no.
only people
Peace
benefit
is
from
benefiting.
peace.
Peace is
The
benefit.
coward.
Peace is benefiting life. Peace is benefiting life because in any war there's casualties. So if there
Coward.
is a peaceful way to do it where life is sustained, then that is the way to go. That doesn't make you a coward because you don't want to draw a weapon. And maybe that is the mentality that a lot of person is having, is that if we don't draw weapons, we're a coward. So these people, so these melanated skinned black men are drawing weapons and killing off each other to show their strength.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Look,
showing your strength by walking away?
mm-hmm.
You need a leader. You need a leader like Shaka Zulu.
Donna says Malcolm X was not assassinated. It was a play to shut him down. Okay, well, I hope if he's alive and wherever he's at, he's living quite comfortably and have a second chance. So yeah, with that.
Yeah, yeah. Lady, you hit on, the violence that, whatever they're doing out there, they're not taking people into consideration. Look at the shooting that they had today. They were shooting, the gunmen were shooting at the teacher, the principal, and in the school because she was in getting ready to go in for work. You know, I mean, they don't have no regards for people's lives. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Mm.
It's really, really sad.
It's
you
it
know
is 9:32 on the
Mhm,
powerhouse clock. It's very sad. It's
mhm.
9:32 on the powerhouse clock. Man, we definitely covered just about all of our topics. Let me tell you something. Okay, this is I'm gonna give a joke, but before I give the joke, let me go on and play this update for the Jamaica Ex Soldiers Association.
The Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association Atlanta chapter presents the first annual fundraising dinner, dance, and award ceremony at the Morrow Center, 1180 South Lake Circle, Morrow, Georgia, 30260. October 7, 2023, 7 p.m. Savor a delectable meal, great company, while being entertained by the mega talented and versatile Anthony Steele and the hilarious Christopher Johnny Daly. Keynote speaker, Dr. Chris Parker. MC Will Hart. Early bird tickets, 110, ends July 31. Pre-sold 125, ends September 30. General admission, 135 and 1150 for a table of 10. Use Jessa ATL DOT at gmail.com when purchasing tickets via Zella or Cash App. Email Jessa Atlanta Chapter at gmail.com for more information. The Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association Atlanta Chapter's first annual fundraising dinner, dance, and award ceremony, October 7, Morrow Center, 7 p.m.
Yes, so well, that's going to be a fantabulous event right there.
Lady D,
Yes,
are they trying to make some money?
Jamaica money. No, let me give you this. I ain't just for Jamaica money. We are gonna give you no joke, right? So tell me, and this is and this go with Donna. Hear this stuff. Hear this stuff. So when I used to go to this place. I don't know where this echo is coming from. Do anybody have their radios on, televisions on, or anything?
No.
There's this nail salon that we go to, and I used to only go in there to get my eyebrows done. And when the first time I ever went in there, my daughter brought me there. So hold on, let me try. Yeah, the first time I went there, my daughter brought me there, and she says, "Hello, Dinah." Okay, mama, you write your name on the paper. So she calls everybody name, and she's like, "Dinah, you're next." So I went up, got my eyebrows done. So the next time, like maybe 3 weeks later, I went back in there, and this lady said, "Hi, Dinah, how you doing?" So I'm like, "Okay, how she remember my name?" So whilst passed by now, and after when during the COVID time, I put on my mask and everything. And walking in there. Hi, Dinah. How you doing?
I wish I look by your ship.
Listen, listen. So, it's every time if me and my daughter go there, hi, Misha.
Mm.
So, everybody that walks in there, this lady knows you. She knows your name. She just don't ask me how she do it. There's not one customer that every time anybody that walks in, hi, so and so, hi, so.
Mm.
So last night when my daughter said she took my grandbaby there to get for a treat. It was her birthday. So she walks in there, she says, "Hi, Misha, where's your mom? Where's your mom, Dinah? Hi." I said hi to the baby. So I sat there, I was in the house. So when Misha came and visited me, I said to Misha, I said, Bojo, I said, I got something to tell you because I call her Bojo. So I said, I want to give you a joke. She said, well, I said, that lady in the nail salon is an alien. And she said, so Misha said, Mommy, I think so too. I said, what make you think so? Mommy, I don't know how this lady know everybody name. Do you know she remember the baby's name and she didn't see the baby in 5 years and she says, "Oh, you're supposed to be about 5 now." Okay? So I want to know what kind of brain that this woman have. Okay? To remember this is a business, how much thousands, how much hundreds of people come through this shop every day. And I mean it's always packed. Okay. So, and no matter what day of the week I go in there is packed. Okay. And this lady know each person's name, mask or no mask. She not normal. She not normal. Let me tell you something. I said to me,
Ooh.
oh my God.
Oh, maybe y'all are really clones, so she knows the clones.
You know what I'm saying? Those things like that that makes you go, hmm. I told my daughter next time I go back there, I'm going to ask her, like, how do you do it? Like, really, how do you do it? And she sound like a robot. Hi, Diana.
She take her job serious.
I don't understand what I say. Listen,
Let's be unserious.
I
Take her
said
job
this.
serious.
Me say if a 50 people walk through the door, it's 50 people name she know. Mask I know. How do you do that? That's not normal. But anyway.
She's a computer.
Yes, it's like, and that's exactly what I said. I said it's like I said to my father, I said it's like
Where is Donna? See?
she stores your information. It look like as
Mm-mm.
you come to the door, she look at you and she study you and she remembers you.
Wow.
Every listen, Queen,
Where is that one lady?
Queen. One day I'm gonna bring you there. All right,
Mm-hmm.
one day
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring you there, and you're not gonna believe it. And then I'm gonna bring you back there maybe 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
and you walk in, and I promise you, she's going to
She
remember.
remember.
Yeah, that's spooky. That's
Mm-hmm. It is spooky.
that. Yeah, and it was just really. I went to her like maybe 2 weeks ago, so it was something that's been on my mind for the last 2 weeks. But then yesterday, when my daughter said she took Rome over there to get her, get her little toes done, as her birthday present, and that's when I said, you listen, I'm gonna tell you something. That she said, well, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make you laugh. I said, listen, that lady's an alien. She not normal. And my daughter said, Mommy, you know it's the same thing I've been saying. How could you? That is serious. Yeah. That says if you don't see my laughing emojis.
Maybe, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe on those toenails, you should put a bug on one of those toenails.
Yeah. That's right. No, 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 that is funny. I'm bugged. Okay. And what do you all since we're just we just gibberishing right now, listeners. We're just gibberishing, having a little fun because we basically touched our topics that we wanted to reason on. But what is you people thought on this worldwide siren thing that went off when yesterday
Yeah.
at 2:20 p.m.? Did anyone turn off their phones or were you affected, injected with the sound?
Look, my church brother text put it on Facebook. Make sure y'all turn off your phone now at midnight. and,
No,
and make sure you might even want to put it in some rice.
it was
No, this
2:20.
happened during the daytime.
No, it happened at 2:20 p.m.
Yeah,
But listen,
yeah.
my phone went off. My phone went off at 2:17. I might go
Hmm.
fast because I'm going off of um the time on the telephone. So they put that signal through early because they know a lot of people is gonna turn off their phones.
Yeah, because it was early. I got it earlier. The problem when you look, you said nationwide test
Yeah,
of the system, whatever system. Hmm.
that went off 2:20 and it went off about 2:17, 2:18. Like watch the bug out there. Cause trust me, when I picked up and I saw the time, I said, Lord, me have to turn off and here you go. Bam, bam. It just went.
Hmm.
Yeah. So did it give anybody any side effect?
No.
You know what it did to me?
Well,
What it did to you?
Um, I left from where I was working. I went to Walmart. and I put some money on my Cash App card, and then I go to Publix, got home, and forgot my phone. Couldn't find my phone. I searched the car up and down, called the person that I work for, and he searched his yard, and he searched everywhere. The man I can't find, and I called him and ran one time and got a voicemail, and I said, okay, track back. I used my other phone to find my iPhone, and I realized something strange that the tracking stopped at that time around something. From that point on, it doesn't show my phone, no activity on my phone from that time. And I didn't find my phone until around 12 o'clock today in the car that I've been searching up and down.
So it was you found it today in your car and it was right
I was
in your face.
I was working and it's like, the birds making a lot of noise and I'm talking to myself. I'm talking, God, why does the bird keep doing this? And I just stop what I'm doing and I'm talking to the car, sat in the driver's seat, and it's like
So
somebody
so so
said, push
so,
your hand
so
between.
you didn't hear it go off then.
Yeah, it went out.
Oh, so with it going off, it confused you. You got confused because when it went off.
I don't know what it did, but no kind of any service or whatever going on from that point on. I found the phone and charged it. No location, no incoming calls, no messages, no nothing. It went
Well, I didn't wait that long. It went off. I heard the bomb, and I ran in here. I was in the kitchen, ran in there, and poop, and pressed it, and it was done.
So you
yeah,
almost
only like
broke.
five
So
seconds.
you almost broke for your neck for got turn it off.
Dog Tony House, yeah, too much noise. Bah, bah, and it was extra loud. It's not like the Amber Alert. It was extra loud.
And you,
It's too nice, too much noise.
I tried to turn off mine and it wouldn't turn off.
Oh, mine did. Mm.
Yeah, it tried. I honestly, I pushed the thing and it wouldn't turn off. I said, go.
Also, they targeted some of y'all people.
Things that listen, we have about 10 minutes left. You have the line. I can open up the line 706-955-2001. The line's open if you want to call in. It is Skype as well. So for the Skype callers, you can Skype to Skype is free, so you can call from all around the world. Right here at 706-955-2001 using the Skype. Man, I'm telling you. So I guess we have to watch and see what is going on. Why they made this
I mean, everything dry though.
do you think that there do you think that
Yeah, that's
do you think that there's
There's
something
a
being
locator.
mute your phone,
There's
the respecter. So do you all think something mass is going to happen in the world, that why they, oh my gosh, why they're doing this?
It's a locator.
Huh?
It's a locator.
Why this thing ain't open? Is the
Yeah,
locator?
they,
With G, remember when they came in with that 5G? It's all of them things, signals and what have you. I mean, it's being able to tap into your stuff when they want to tap into it, and that's all it is. That's why they invented that 5G thing, where it's so powerful it can't even go through the doggone walls.
that's
I mean, so they were doing a test, frequency test. That's what they were doing. See how well it worked.
I think either the respecter or Queen called out Donna. Donna, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? So tell me, what do you think? What do you think about this nail salon lady?
Well, it's possible that she might be an alien. It sounds like we left so I was laughing when I heard you saying it. It's probably she probably is because you know
I
they
mean,
remember everything. So
she's this. It
yeah.
was really it's really unreal, and it's just amazing that I know they say they have persons that can remember a lot of things and they a lot of information, but I mean, every customer that comes in, this lady just know their name, masked or unmasked. So it's just
Well, that's why I was saying the Chinese are not the Chinese. So because they're aliens or something. Telling you that.
That's why they're taking over everywhere. Donna
Yeah,
have access. They have easy access to everywhere.
it's just a set of whatever beings that they are that look like Chinese people. You can't have so much Chinese people taking over the whole world. No, the Caribbean and China. No. So and how would you get to just migrate out of China like that?
just like migrate out of Jamaica.
But not at not at such a rapid rate. You know, too many people, and you're all over the world. No, it's not them. They couldn't have so many people, taking over so many parts of the world.
my
It's not them.
my
It's
my
some beings that look like them.
a
And you just
sister
be
of mine.
realistic. It's just basic common sense. It's not anything that you have to be educated on.
A, a
It's
sister of mine
common
said you're entertaining Dada too long. Everything now is
Donna,
aliens. Go ahead, the respecter.
sense.
Donna,
Well, uh-huh.
is this possible? They
What?
put a bunch of people. They put a bunch of people to sleep during the 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and they took them somewhere and turned them into Chinese.
You so
Well, no, no, no. The thing is that no, you don't. You know what it is? It's another world, okay? And this is what people have to come to the realization of. It's another world, and in this other world, it has every place that's on Earth. So they have another Jamaica West Indies. They have they have another America. They have another China. Okay, so all of the people that we see are not from the real Jamaica or the real China or the real America. Okay, they're from the other world. So this is what I was explaining to someone. I said that was their World Trade Center. So it was anti gravity, and they what they did it was a web. That was the web that they used to get
Let-
our money on Earth worldwide, and then they
when
took it
you're
all up because
when you're
no
getting
one loves
all of
money
your
like this.
when you're getting
Huh?
all of your information, Donna, where are you getting your
So
information? Do you just sit
my
in the room
information
one
is just
day?
my own analytical thinking from the higher from the most high. Okay, so the
Okay.
thing is, um, you know, that's what it is. It's another world. And if you listen to what some of them say, they'll say, "Oh, the best of both worlds." What do you mean the best of both worlds? You have to be talking about another world. So you have the absolute and infinity, which claims to be the reality of all realities. You have other dimensions. Queen mentioned, their realms, and that's what it is, right? So that's what it's all about. That these beings, who are these lookalikes? You're not my family. You look like us, you sound like us, and you know everything that happened in our lives, but you're not us.
Yeah.
So where'd
Well,
you come
I'm
from?
gonna play this lady. I just when you just said that, it
Hmm.
remind me of where is it? It
What
remind
happened to Mama
me
Acid?
of this. Mama Acid is doing some other stuff right now that she's the other
Okay,
adventures
okay,
that she
okay,
has embarked on. Yeah.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
I there was this article that I saw, not I saw, someone sent me, and I'm trying to
Hmm.
find it. with this lady that they say was spitting facts. Mama
Okay.
T is her name, and oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Well, the respecter, you were saying something, or Queen, you were saying something while I'm looking for this.
I was telling Donna that I saw her today.
You saw me today? Where?
Yeah. Yeah,
Where'd you see me at?
jeans. On the street,
No, I
I saw
didn't.
you in jeans and
I didn't.
white t-shirt.
Not me, honey. Today I did not have on jeans at all. Nowhere, nothing near jeans. not me. That's the phone.
Oh, but it could have been in his dreams.
Nothing today.
Was it in your dreams, Spectre?
Huh?
Was it in your dreams?
I'm just pulling her left leg.
I figure that.
Show your video.
But I still ask.
Oh yeah.
Respect. Okay, yeah, I saw your video. I like it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, the respecter. Where can they find your music? The respecter has some poetic music that is
YouTube.
reasoning with Jamaica, with
Yeah.
God. So go ahead, give that information out, the respecter.
You got to punch in YouTube, Keith Blake 9420. And it takes you through everything I do.
You gotta send me the link.
KEITHBLAKE 9420.
You gotta send me the link.
That's so easy to memorize.
Okay.
So did you guys see the story that I just mentioned about the clerk that first she stole $69,000 and she paid it back in restitution, and then they discovered that she stole hundreds of thousands of more dollars in addition to that $69,000, right? And she was working there for 37 years in Brooklyn Supreme Court as the clerk.
So she was stealing a lot of dineros.
Yep.
How did she get access to all of that money?
Exactly, that too. How she get? Well,
How
it,
she-
it must be
Because when people come in and they file their cases
yeah.
and things like that,
Mm,
instead of her she pocketed the money and things like that. So that's how.
wow.
Right.
People
So
not scared of getting caught. I don't want to go to jail. I mean, especially nowadays.
that's what it is based upon. Like, people have these positions and the positions aren't to really serve the people, is what, they can get from the people. So
Greed.
you
Greed.
position
Mm,
fully, yeah. So yeah, because if you have a state position or something like that, and you have more powers than the city, you can bully whosoever you want to with those powers. So just using that as an example, that's how they do. So it's pretty much, we elect these people. They get seated in those positions, and it's really,
yeah, the temptation is too much for them. Yeah, they have to. Wow, they have to steal. It's terrible.
yeah. So that's basically
Mm-mm.
what it is. Hmm?
Yes. Well, I can't find the and but maybe if I find it next week, I'll definitely bring it on next week. From I can locate it.
Donna,
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hmm.
do you have an uncle named Kenneth?
Kenneth, I don't have, not that I'm aware of.
Harry?
I know. Name of who? Gary?
Harry.
Harry? No, my sister's father name is Harry. I know that.
Your sister's
I know.
father's. Wait a minute.
Modi.
Wait a minute. Your sister's
Mhm.
father's name, you said?
Yeah, my sister. We have different fathers, and her
Oh,
father name
okay,
is
okay.
Harry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I got ready to
Big
say
time.
Anyone in music?
Anyone in music in my family?
Yeah.
Well, I do
Why
music.
are
Everybody
you
is
why are
in
you
music in my family.
questioning Donna on the
This
air?
legacy. No, the legacy is music related. So it's also related to music. So it's a music thing.
Okay.
Oh man, I wanted to find this. I just thought of that once.
So where
Dang
your music?
diggity dang, dang diggity
Where's
dang.
my music? You said.
Yeah.
Well, I just make my music. You know that they just come in here and they just steal my music. That's why they arrested me that time just for a song that I made. Because actually, I was supposed to make my first song in '86, and they killed my brother-in-law just a few days before he was going to produce my song. So I never pursued it after that. But when they started harassing me, I use my music as my diary. So I rhyme. I started out singing from a child, and then, as I grew older, I write poetry. So I put my poetry into songs. And at that time, it would have been recognized as rap music, but I'm not a rapper, okay? But I am a poet. So the thing is that I put my poetry into music, okay? And I made a song because I was being harassed, and I made it in the privacy of my own home. But they were listening. They were listening in as they are right now. Okay, so whether I'm speaking to you or not. So they just everything is they just it's like publicized. You listen to everything like I owe you something, or whatever.
I
You
kind of
rob me, huh?
I kind of can relate because that happened to me once, and what I did to stop them from doing that, I just stripped butt naked.
You a comedian.
But no, for real, because no, this is what they do. I mean, if they feel that they have those powers, because you have a deep state government, and as you can see, they do believe that they're more powerful than any elected official. And I don't want to get into the Trump thing, but that's why they treat him the way that they treat him. Okay, because they believe that they're more powerful. If you put up Duncan Beatty, and I asked them, I said, Duncan Beatty that you put up in front of my house after my mother died. I told them that it's not Duncan's owner. It's Duncan, Donna, and Donald, and Donna and Desmond, and Duncan Doodle. Okay? No one believes those things, but that's what it is because after that, they interfere with your bowel movement. So these people pretty much keep a tab on your intake, and they're skilled in, science modification of food. So when you consume those foods, it just messes up your whole human anatomy system, and especially your gastrointestinal system. All right. So I've been trying to explain that to them from I had became mysteriously ill and went into the hospital, and they didn't seem to get it until afterwards. So I
But
said
one
it's mainly gastrointestinal, just like COVID.
one day
Okay,
we
because
have
the 5G cells of the stomach, people have to people have to do their own research. So I just give you, things that you can go and research on your own, form your own analytical thinking, and then you get exactly what I'm saying. And
okay.
that's what it is. I just that's how I share my information that I know.
All right. Well, one
You
day we have
realize you
to,
gotta.
we have to interview Donna and hear a little bit of
Mhm.
her story because she seems to have a story to tell. But we have to get off of the air. It is
Mhm.
9. It is 9:59, 1 minute, and we're gonna take that 1 minute to showcase Joseph Quartz tonight. And a little bit
But
I try, must try. So, Queen, you want to say arrivederci to your listeners?
Arrivederci to everyone. It was a pleasure being here as usual. Remember, like, share with your friends and family, and let them know that Reasoning Thursday is here every week. Thank you for tuning in. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be
Darespecta.
safe out there. Remember, COVID still lurking around. Wear your mask.
All right.
Wash your hands.
That's why they have to do. That's why they do what they do because they're fraudulent. They created COVID.
Go ahead, Darespecta.
I know it's rough times and it's hard to crack a smile, laugh and joke and all that because of all that's going on every single day, every second of every day. Somebody's losing a loved one. People still struggling to get indoors to have somewhat they call a home. It's just a mess throughout this world where now it's a cry for Nigerians to come together and try to save a life because of what Utopia is doing. It's just one mess after another going on in this world. And I continue to call on God. And like many of us are doing, you know, it's sad. But just do your best to live. So, do your
All
best.
right. Donna, we want to thank you for coming on and calling in. It is always a pleasure having you right here on the Reason
Thank you for having me.
Thursday. And, you know, it's always a pleasure to get a different insight on things, you know. And, but blessings, blessings. Thank each and everyone for listening to us. We want to remind you all, please go when you go over to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, get notified when the talk programs are on. Also, be sure to tune in with myself, Lady D, this Saturday from 12 to 4 p.m. Tell a friend and a family member. And yeah, if you have some good music out there that you would like for me to showcase, send it to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. Donna, maybe you need to send me one and two of your poets. Let me hear poetry. Let me hear it. Your song that you was about to release. Send that over to me so I
Yeah.
can hear it and see if I can play it for you.
Well,
Okay.
actually, I have
So-
some songs.
so-
The one that I was gonna release originally in '86. That I don't even know what they stole the book with my
Okay,
with
listen,
my song. So,
we've got to
yeah.
go. So I can't hear the full story. We'll talk about it off the air. I'll link you through
Yes.
Messenger and we'll talk about it off the air. But you send it over to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. Loving her, loving her, loving her, loving her. As long as you keep trying, you never fail. So just keep trying, no matter how little bit it is. Blessings, love.
Struggling, 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 struggling. The struggle goes on. Struggling, struggling, struggling. I'm a little bit of time and try to stand on my feet high. I'm a little bit of time and try. It's just one line round neck. I'm a little bit of time and try to stand on my feet high. I'm a little bit of time and try. It's just one line round neck. Me just need a dollar. Make me wife from the five taking you. I've got to get home. Cause I'm here from rebellion. You see, there's no sellers than fire. Yeah, please hear my prayer. Oh, ladies, begging. Instead of schooling, but just pure hustling. Yeah, try and try. Stand on my feet high. I'm a little bit of crime and cry. Be just one line round ya. I'm a little bit of crime and try to stand on my feet high. I'm a little bit of crime and cry. Be just one line round ya. It's a happy, happy. Let's lock this door. Can't you see that to out from here doesn't work anymore? Now I'm trying and trying to stand on my feet high. And a little bit of crying and crying. Be just one line round here. And a little bit of trying and trying to stand on my feet high. And a little bit of crying. Line round here. Staying up 7 degrees, get me try to stand on my feet. And a little bit of cry me cry. It just one lie. It's a happy habit. That's what is known. Let you see how to pop from here. Doesn't work anymore. A little bit of try me try to stand on my feet. And a little bit of cry me cry. We just one lie. And a little bit of try me try to stand on my feet.